You see, we are created in a magnificent vibration, in an absolutely magnificent vibration. Born risk takers. Free. That conditioning takes place after birth. You can change it. It takes guts. It takes goals. Now, do you know something? You're sitting there watching this and you're thinking, my God, I'm going to change something. I always say, keep reminding yourself that you have tremendous reservoirs of potential within you, and therefore you are quite capable of doing anything you set your mind to. You really can. I don't care what the cynics tell you. Quit listening to some of your peers. Now, all you must do is figure out how you can do it, not whether you can or not. When are you going to do it? When are you going to do it? You've got to create a sense of urgency. I'm going to do it right now.
If you can see it, you can do it. But the beautiful truth is you can do anything. We got to know there is a place. There is a specific frequency. And if you get on that frequency, you're going to attract what you need to you. This is what it's all about. Why have you been endowed with such awesome powers? If you'll make a committed decision, this I'm going to do. And you don't have to know how. You do not have to know how. The second you make the committed decision, you flip your brain onto the frequency that you have to be on to attract what you have to attract to manifest the thing that you want. If you can see it, you can do it. It's got to be something you want. Wants come from inside. Act like you're already there. Walk, talk, speak, live like you're already there. Don't set a small goal. Don't set something that doesn't really wind your stem. Set it so big it jazzes you. It really gets you going. When something of a very high nature resonates with the very high side of you, you'll know it. You'll know it. You will feel it. Feeling is conscious awareness of vibration. The only prerequisite, do you want it? Not do you need it, not could you do it. The only prerequisite is, do you want it? Take the lid off your marvelous mind and dream. For goodness sake, give yourself the right to do that. Get your analytical mind out of the way. Put it in your pocket for a while. All you're doing is exploring, daydreaming. What did Lawrence say? All men dream, but not equally. Those who dream by night in the dusty recesses of their mind waken the day to find that it was vanity. But the dreamers of the day are dangerous men, for they may act their dream with open eyes to make it possible. This I did.
Hello everybody and welcome to Freedom, Health and Lifestyle. I'm here with my good friend Joey Unga, all the way from Australia. And of course I'm here in the Republic of Ireland. But don't forget to like, subscribe and share. And this is episode number 79. And we're continuing that theme of creating momentum for 2025. This is the finale for 2024. And I wanted to touch on kind of gratitude as well, right? To be grateful for everything that's happened in 2024. So all the highlights of maybe, you know, what you've achieved and what we've achieved together. But again, look, this is personal development, you know, with freedom, health and lifestyle. This is what it's about. It's about creating those things for yourself, whatever those things are for you. So don't forget, like, subscribe, share, click that notification button. And of course, that helps Joey and I for sure. And we're hoping that this is going to help you. So Joey, say hello.
Hello, good day, good afternoon, good morning, beautiful people out there. You know, Mike, I can't believe it that we're coming to the end of the year and this is our final episode for 2024. And we're hitting 79 now. So you picked the right topic for today. It's all about gratitude when we look back and reflect in our journey. And I think we can talk more about it. So very grateful that for the partnership and the collaboration that we carry on as a friend and also a business partner, doing together this journey so we can add value to people around the world.
Yeah, Joey, I think some of the things that we've talked about over the year, are very kind of, important for, looking forward now into 2025. I think we were talking, I think we touched on it a few times, the plan, do, and review subject. And of course, like if I was coming to visit you, right, in Australia, and it's important that I already know where I am, right? It's important that I know that I'm here in Ireland, right? And I need to maybe get a flight, over to you in Sydney. But I need to go to the airport, get my ticket, get everything that I need, and then I need to fly over to Sydney, but that still doesn't get me to your house. When I get to Sydney, I've got to pick up the phone and say, Joey, listen, I'm at the airport. How do I get to your house? Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm pretty close now, but I don't know exactly where you are. But the first thing you're going to ask me is, well, where are you? And I'm going to say, I'm at the airport. So it's important for me to be able to get to you. It's important that I know where I'm at. I know where I'm starting from. So, when we look at 2024, and, it's important to know where I am now, today, going into 2025. And to reflect on the things that maybe worked for me, the things that didn't work for me, the things that I can do more of, the things that I can do less of, all of these things. But I can be grateful for all of the things that have happened, good and bad, the lessons that I've learned, what to do differently or what doesn't work at all. Do you know what I mean? Instead of doing the same thing over again and expecting a different result, So, I think, like, I've seen a lot of your videos. Like when you go to, if I go to your Facebook page, we could probably go back to January last year and see what you were doing last year, see what you were doing in February, see what you were doing in March and everything else. And there's a whole bunch of highlights there, of amazing things that you're doing with your kids, going hiking and all kinds of different things. Some of the things you probably even forgot about. You probably don't even remember you did, More recently, the CEO magazines and the different things like this and the articles and everything else, all great things, right? So what's your highlights for 2024, Joe?
Yeah, Mike, I just, I'm very grateful that you're able to, pick the right topic for the end of the year, because most of the people, when they get to the end of the year or is our life is like a journey, and 2024 is almost come to the end, and only a few days and we see 2025, and I think there's a lot of people they still don't know where they are, and you're spot on 100%. Most of the people they don't know where they are and where they're heading next, or where they travel next. And it's come from the program that we developed since from very young age, either from our parents, from our sibling, the environment where we grew up, whether in the countryside or island, or it's programmed us to kind of like limit our imagination. And I believe there's a lot of people they still dwell in the past instead of looking forward for what is more than exciting in the future. And I think, for myself, Mike, if I look back, you picked the right topic for tonight, and I kind of feel emotion, kind of knowing that we are almost come to the end of the year. And, if I reflect on my journey, I think I learned more from my failure than my success. And in saying that, that's where all the learning is coming from. You doing the work that to try to move my personal journey or my business journey, doing the things that helping me moving forward in life. And I face a lot of adversity. Some of my people in my my team or my business, they come and go, and people, I haven't heard from them for a long time. but I look back in my journey where I am now. I'm still here, and I think one of my commitment for next year, for 2025, is I tell myself that I'm be here, still actively work on my journey, whether it's personal or business. I'm still here, and I think that's the highlight of my journey this year. It's all the learning that I learn on my journey. From those learning, that's where the recommendation coming from. That's where the recognition come from. It's not from what I win, but it's all the hard work and also grinding, being the trends, and doing the work even though when no one's watching, doing the work when no one is there to help you. It just just keep showing up and just get it done. And I think for myself, I'm very grateful for the people in my journey, including you, Mike. I have to say that not because that we have the moment, but I have to say that I'm very grateful for the people around my life, my family, my loved ones, my children, and including the people that help me cheering on in life. And you are one of the people that believe in me, and I can't stop thanking you, because I know it was meant to happen that we come cross path in journey, and we in a same company, same organization, building together, and we went through the high and low, but having accountability, a partner to helping each other, say nice word and uplifting and keep encouraging each other. It's very, for me, if I look back in my highlight is my learning from my failing and my trial, new things, new technology, new strategy, and also I'm very grateful for the people that I surround myself or I associate myself with, including you, my friend. So thank you very much.
No, Joey, you're welcome, and it's a pleasure. And I think that's one of your qualities, isn't it? That you show up. Do you know what I mean? You stick around. Like you've traveled this year, you've gone to different events, you've done different things, all of which you could have just stayed at home and hung out. Do you know what I mean? Watched a bit of rugby, done other things, but you didn't. You turned up. When you didn't have to, because that, like being in that environment can only move you forward. It can only, help you learn something new, or do something different, So listen, I'm just going to share this. So let me just share my screen here so we can have a look. I invited Rafael to see. I was late sending him to him, but I see if he might hop on. We'll see. I don't know if he's seen the message yet. All right. So look, this is Joey's Facebook page. You can find him at facebook.com/joey.unga, and you can learn more about him. Look, he's live now. Look, right. So look, here's Joey here. Look at this picture. Oh my God, what a badass, right? US business news. Damn, unbelievable. Look, overcoming adversity through network marketing. Listen, check Joey out. Here's some of Joey's friends, some of my friends too. Amazing stuff, right? Look, there we are. Amazing. Don't you just love it? I love it. Right. Look at this. Look. Like Joey, you weren't necessarily into social media, when did you get into social media?
I never been to social media until 2021 when I started the business in our professional of network marketing. My daughter told me that you have to be in social media to promote your work, otherwise, and I hesitating because I kind of like where I grew up, the environment I grew up, you don't show to other people what you do, if you achieve something, keep it to yourself. But I learned when I studied successful people, the people they show their winning, even they show their failing, because their mindset is whoever want to take their advice and follow their guidance and their mentorship, their wish for them is to pass it on to other people when they become success. So, when I flip my mindset, change the way I think, instead of thinking that, I'm showing off, I'm bragging, I change the way I'm doing my social media is a way of giving back to the community, sharing my little win, whether it's to, achieving something, or taking my wife for travel somewhere, to see showing my family what I do, and it's for me, Mike, I see social media as a way of me giving back, and also contributing and influence in a better way or positive way.
Amazing, Joe. Like, one of the things that stands out, on your social media is, your gratitude. You're very grateful, for the things that for being part of different communities, for your family, just for those moments in life. There we go again. Unbelievable. Gotta love this stuff, right? Look at, look, show up consistently, and that's what you do. You do that. Like,
one of the things, Mike, that I learned from our journey in our professional, when we grow up, some of our grandparents, we never see them, we never get to know them. But I believe our podcasting will stay forever. Our social media maybe will stay forever. But it's something that if we leave this world, maybe our grandchildren will come up one day and say, "Hey, that's my grandpa," and
yeah.
we kind of like a document. And I think, I'm start to write, like writing now. I like writing articles, and one of my goals is to write my own book, sharing my story. And when I do my books, it's kind of like I'm building my chapter of my book. So whether it's my little activity, exercise in the gym, sharing with my people, my struggle, what I learned, I didn't learn before, my winning, my failing. It's kind of like telling my story, and even in a social media form. But I think it's helped me to start building the chapters of my books. And I do believe that it will be the book will coming soon. So I'm working on it.
Amazing. Like, there's no doubt that your social media is definitely, quality, right? Like, and there's no doubt, in 4 short years, you can really see, like, and this is only in November. Do you know what I mean? But there's so much going on. Like, I'm not even sure. January 2020, 2024. Let's see. Does it bring up your stuff? I don't think it. I'm not sure whether it does or not. No. I don't know what. Is that you? Yeah, it is. Yeah, some of it. Yeah. Yeah. Amazing. So there's no doubt. Look, you can absolutely go through. Go onto Joey's website or go onto his Facebook page, find out more about him, find out about his story, and you'll see, look, Joey's just a grateful guy, but he's going places, like, it's really interesting to watch, like, I find it fascinating, because, like, you've got such a busy lifestyle, obviously you've got a couple of businesses, you've got your property business, like, you're a property mogul, for God's sake, doesn't matter, you're in the army, you've got your network marketing business, you've got your family, like, you've got a lot going on, but yet you manage to still show up for everything, Joe. Like, that means, we were talking about it last week, we were talking about sacrifice. And, some things, there are sacrifices. There are sacrifices that you make, for, a better tomorrow, a better today, and that's, and so I suppose when I'm thinking about 2025, and how I want 2025 to turn out, and how I want to, hit 2025 running. Do you know what I mean? Or not kind of just strolling into it, but literally, shooting out the blocks and going in the direction that I want to go in. But again, it's important to know where I am, what my strengths are, what I need to work on, how to divide my time up to be consistent, to be able to show up in every aspect of my life, whether it be in my traditional business, whether it be in my relationships with my friends and family, and all of those things. And it's just, but again, even in my relationships, it's important to know where I am, right? And it's important to know, and attitude is so important, Joey, right? Like we could start with attitude. You've got to know where your attitude is. Like if I've got a stinking attitude, I'm going to get stinking results, right? And it doesn't matter, what happens from there. You've got to get your attitude right first. And part of that is being grateful, for what you have, not settling for what you have, because you can always want more. You can still want better. There's nothing wrong with those things. But I think you described it well. It's like that. It's that captainless ship, which is just, you turn the engine on and it just off it goes. Doesn't know where it's going. There's no one to guide it. There's no one to steer it. There's no one to plan a route or anything else. And you were saying that just a moment ago, that a lot of people are just turning up to go to work every day. They'd wake up in the morning and do the same thing over again. And I'm guilty of it too myself. Like when I think about 2024, and the goals that I set at the beginning of the year. And I was talking about this, what we were talking about last week. I was saying that I found myself working in it, not on it. Which means that I was constantly course correcting all of the time. Do you know what I mean? Because I was in it. I was physically in it. Instead of being on it, being in control of it, and instead of course correcting, guiding it. I remember, God, years ago, a guy called Joye, a brand development organization, good guy, really, really nice guy, and he was saying to me, he said, Mick, you need to get above the trees, because what you're doing is you're just battling through the forest. You're hacking everything down, you're creating a trail, He said, but you need to get above the tree line so you can see your destination. And then, so instead of zigzagging all the way through the forest, not knowing where you're going, hoping to get to where it is you want to go, get up high, plot your route, and don't you cut the trees, shout down to the guy below. Go to the left, go to the left, go to the right, go to the left, go straight, go straight. Do you know what I mean? You have to have a spotter. And so you could call a spotter a coach or a mentor. Something that network marketing, is known for, having a guide, having someone who can give you advice. They can't do it for you, but they can help you. They can encourage you. They can support you. They can offer, advice on books to read, to help with mindset, all those different types of things. So look, maybe I need a spotter this year, or maybe I need to be a better spotter for myself. Do you know what I mean? Keep focused on the goal, and don't deviate, but take good breaks. Take breaks, spend time with family, cherish those moments, So I think I'm probably definitely going to take maybe probably the rest of the year just to reflect on I'm not really one for looking back, Joe. I'll be honest, I'm not. Do you know what I mean? Because I can't change it, But if I've learned anything, I have to, if I want to change something going forward, I need to know what it is that I'm looking to change. And so it's something inside of me. It can be a daily habit. Probably is a daily habit, something that I should be doing more of or doing less of, But I'm not one for kind of reflecting and looking back and being hard on myself as such, because I don't think I don't get a lot of benefit from beating myself up. Do you know that I find there's plenty of other people out there that are more than happy to try and do that for me, you know, and I'm happy for them to do it. I don't need to do it. You know, I always think if someone's being mean or, you know, being nasty or saying horrible things, you know, even if it's about me, I always think, you know, well, that hate is in them. It's not in me. I don't have to own that, you know.
Yeah.
So why would I say those things about myself? You know, I wouldn't. So, but I think it is important that I look at myself and I say, right, okay, what is it that I can do differently? What is it that I can do to move me in that direction? You know, and then do those things and learn from it. You know, because if those things don't work, and the truth is, you know, there's no failing, there's only learning. You know,
Yeah.
like so. And I like learning. I like learning to do new things. You know, to be honest, I probably made more mistakes than anybody. Yeah, I've got it wrong so many times, but I only need to get it right once. You know, and then when I get it right, then I know that right, that's how I do it. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, I do it that way. Something that works. But it's about it's doing those things daily, and that's something that you're very good at. Is that daily operation, or what is it you call it?
Daily method of operation, DMO.
Yeah, yeah. And, you know, probably your discipline is very good. You know, obviously being in the army, you know, you have to be disciplined. Do you know what I mean? You know, because you're part of a bigger team. You know, like you're a cog in a bigger machine. Do you know what I mean? You know, like if you're not where you're supposed to be, the whole thing kind of breaks down. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, look, I'm excited for 2025. There's no doubt I'm grateful for 2024. There's a lot. I've learned a lot this year. I've probably learned more this year than other years, really. Nothing bad. Do you know what I mean? Like we had a good year last year. You know, like we had some screw ups. There's no doubt about it. But we were able to very quickly get those things sorted out, take different action, which is why I ended up kind of being, you know, very hands-on in my business. Do you know what I mean? Because I had to, which meant that, you know, when you're in over here, you're not over there. And really that's where I felt that I needed to be. But these challenges are sent to do just that, challenge you. And it's about figuring out a way. It's about figuring out a new way of doing things. Which I'm a fan of. You know, I like problem solving. You know, I like having problems to solve. I think I'm good at it. But again, you know, you don't necessarily, some of the problems you don't necessarily need or want in your life. Do you know what I mean? You know, some of the problems that I've had this year have probably been self-made. Do you know if that makes any sense? Yeah, you know, I've probably caused them myself. So understanding that, knowing that, I can look at 2025 and say, right, I'm going to avoid those things. You know, like I've got a quote on my wall where it says, a clever person solves a problem, a wise person avoids it. You know, I need to do more of that. I need to do more of avoiding those problems instead of just solving them. You know, because, you know, look, when you jump into a problem to solve it, what is it really doing? It's a distraction, Joey. It's a distraction from something else you should be doing.
Yeah.
You know, and it's an excuse to get involved over here when maybe you don't really need to. You know.
Yeah.
So not doing that anymore.
It's funny because you remind me, you know, the story about the sower and the seed. You know, the farmer have a good seed where there's a good product and a good service, and he went and sowed them, and some of the seed fall on the side of the road, and the bird come and take them, and you know, it's funny how the person who told the story, Jim Rohn, based on from the Bible, and he said, you know, that's the problem, you know, and the problem whether you're gonna chase the bird, distract you from what you're supposed to do, or you keep on sowing. So, and he reinforced, from the story from the Bible, that the sower just keep on sowing, and that's the good things about, and so right, Mike. I learned a lot this year. I learned a lot from things that I try as a new things, and I remember, you mentioned before, you need to take a honest look at yourself, honest review. Coming to the end of the year, we forgot to kind of like review our journey from this year. And you and I had a great run this year, and I remember sometime I have to go away 5 weeks with the army. You still carry on the Dodge, running our program, and I come back, we carry on, and and I think I remind you a lot, because this program have helped me a lot. It's kind of like every Sunday I was looking forward to, because that's the beginning of the new week, and what we share, what we talk about it, not only that we gives to the community and the people around the world, whoever is watching, but they said the people who learn more is the teacher. That we are the people who plant the seed, and we learn more. We see the problem that we face in our journey, and we talk about it through our program. And not only that we give encouragement to the people, but we also give encouragement to us, and yep, it's normal that we fall down in our journey, but we can't stay down. We just have to pull ourselves up and just keep going, because we have something in our mind, or attitude, the way we think. We look ahead, we're not looking back. Whatever happened in the past is past, and I learned in our professional, in my personal growth, there's no bad experience or good experience, all learning experience. And I like this year, one of the things that I excited about it, all the time I think about, if I come across a adversity, I said to myself, either I'm coming out of this adversity by winning something, or I learned something new. And I really like how you mentioned that. This year, for those that listen, one of the things that we do in our professional is we plan, and we do our plan, and we review it. But I was listening to one of the audio that I was recommended to me by a friend, and the guy just add on 2 things: plan, do your plan, and review it. And when you review it, you adjust. It's like Bob talking about the rocket that goes to the moon. It's correcting itself. It doesn't go straight to the moon. It's deviate. It deviate from the course. But what it does, the computer inside the rocket recorrect the rocket to come back to the course and stay on the course until it reaches to the moon or the space. And I like how he add on plan, to review, adjust, and just repeat. And I think that's one of the things that we can give to our audience that's watching. Have an honest look at yourself this year. What did you learn from this year? Whether from your mistake, whether from your winning, what did you learn from it? And just plan a new course, plan a new goals for the next year, whether it's to losing weight, or to do something to get another supplement of income, or just have a good relationship, or take the family, more time with the family, something like that. Plan a new course, and you work on it, because from the Strangest Secret by Elle Nightingale, the difference, successful people with people that are not successful, they have goals. And that's what Mike was talking about. If I want to go to Australia, I need to know where I am and where I am going to. I have to know where the destination is, so that I can have the vision that very soon I'm going to be on a plane, and I'm going to be in Australia, and I'm going to meet Joey or whoever I'm going to. And that's the whole purpose of life. If you don't have goals, you're like a ship with no rudder. you're going to be travel, you end up in a shipwreck on a reef somewhere. But if you have a ship with a captain, with a crew, have a plan and a course to take you where you want to go, currently that ship will go to that destination, whether from Ireland to Australia or Australia to Ireland. Definitely that ship that have a captain, that's you, that have a plan and call, that's you, and you have a crew, whether you have a people that help you or you go by yourself. Like Mike said, sometimes if you want to go quicker or take a lot of years from your learning, you invest in get someone to mentor you, get a captain that you already traveled to that destination you want to go, to hold your hand. And I think that's what you and I do, Mike, is just stand up to get people to mentor us, and we invest our money, time, our effort to show up, because we know sometimes it's a long journey for us to go by ourselves. But when we have people already achieve what we want in our professional or our journey, it makes life more easier.
It does. It
we
does,
have
Joe.
we have to pay the price, because that's what
Do you know, I was listening to you there, and I've got
everything,
something listening to what you're talking about there. I've got something written down on my notepad here. Unconsciously competent, right? And most of us are unconsciously competent, right? We know what we're doing and we just do it. But when you talk about, or when we're talking about, let's say, taking that flight from Ireland to come and visit you, Joey, like when you break that plan down, I'm starting off in my house, right? So my plan is, I need to pack some clothes. I need to get my suitcase. I need to get some clothes. How long am I going for? I need to book my airline ticket. I need to get my passport and any kind of visa documents that I need. I need to make sure I've got some money. Like a lot of these things, you wouldn't even kind of list them out in a plan. But it's those little incidental things, like, how am I getting to the airport? Am I going to catch a bus to the airport? Am I going to go to the airport in my car? So I'm going to need my car keys. I'm going to need to stop and get fuel from my car. I'm going to need to pay for the parking. Where am I going to park? How am I going to get from the car park to the airport? What time do I need to get there? All this stuff, as much as it sounds like it's not important, every one of those steps is really important. Like, even like if I go out to my car and I don't have my car keys, like, I'm just standing up my car. It's like, you might not think that's a big step, but it's an important step. It's only a little step. I just need my keys.
Yep.
Without my keys, I'm not going anywhere. Well, what if I don't have my wallet? What if I forget my passport? Little things can make a big difference to your journey. Do you know what I mean? Like, if my luggage gets lost, fine, I can buy new clothes, but I need to have money to do that. Do you know what I mean? So, like, it's the little things, the things that we do unconsciously every day are the things that we need to be aware of, the things that we need to create awareness around, so that we can say, hold on a second, can I do that action more efficiently, or can I just omit it altogether? Is that a waste of my time, that action? Is that moving me on my journey to go and see Joey in Australia? Does that action get me there? Do you know what I mean? Is that the most efficient thing to do? So it's the unconscious things, the things that we do unconsciously. Like, I wouldn't think twice, coming here down to my office this morning to do this call, like, get up in the morning, get dressed, grab my car keys, grab a cup of coffee, drive down to the office, let myself in, turn all my lights on. Do you know what I mean? And just set up this thing. It's done. I didn't even think about it. Didn't think about a lot of those things. Driving down to the office, didn't even think about, driving, just drove there. Just automatically drove. Changed gear automatically. Didn't even have to think about it. Just did it. But still important steps, Joe. Like, otherwise, it'd take me half an hour to do a 30-minute drive if I would just stay in first gear. And I'm like, don't change. I'm just driving. Do you know what I mean? But I didn't do that. The thing, I'm doing stuff, unconsciously, or I'm not aware that I'm taking these actions. These are the things I've got to become more aware of in 20, like when I look at 2024, right, okay, I can be grateful for all the things that have happened, all the things that I've learned, but, I really need to take a deep dive into me, right, and see what I can absolutely do differently. The things that I'm doing unconsciously, which are forming my daily habits, which I can omit, get rid of completely, or do more of, like, it doesn't matter to me whether, whether someone does something or whether they don't do it, there's, I work with quite a lot of people, and I'm always encouraged. I always try and be encouraging, I actually sent somebody the Bob Proctor, You Were Born Rich webinar. Just, was it yesterday or the day before? I'm not sure. And I was saying to them, look, I said, look, it won't make any difference to me whether you watch this or not, but it might make a difference for you if you apply it, if you just listen, if you just study it, like some of the stuff that will jump out of, that program is just incredible. It is. It's just one of the best programs. Even though it was done in the early 80s, like it stands the test of time, that program. Like I know on your wall you've got the stick man, with the subconscious and the conscious and everything else like that. That drawing in itself, you talk about it a lot from the point of view of planting that seed, but it's those unconscious seeds that we planted so long ago. You talk about it before, the programming from our family, from our friends at an early age. Some of that stuff we need to weed that shit out, Joey. Some of it. Do you know what I mean? It needs to be weeded out. So it just comes back. Everything that we do seems to come back to the mind, right? Come back to what we do. How we think, what we say, how we talk to ourselves. So absolutely, I'm definitely going to spend a couple of days coming into 2024. In fact, one of the things that I used to do, Joe, when I worked in construction, I love construction. Do you know what I mean? Can't walk past a building site without having a look to see what's going on. I absolutely love it. And but whenever I would and I rarely take a holiday, right? I would rarely take holidays and stuff like that. But when I did, because sometimes my wife would be like, right, look, we need to go on a holiday. So you're going away for 2 weeks. The first week, I would spend the first week actually thinking about everything that had happened at work. And when I was working in construction, I used to keep a daily journal. I would write everything down. The gangs that were out there, the streets they were working on, the weather, anything that happened, everything. It was very, very detailed, and I'd have my program of works. I'd have a plan, an absolute plan for the entire site, for the entire job. Do you know what I mean? A timeline, when we were going to do certain things by, but when I went on holiday, I would spend the first week of that holiday literally reviewing myself and my performance at work. And, things that had happened, things that went well, things that didn't go that well, and I would really think about it. I'd be lying there on my sunbed, obviously you can tell, like, I'm so pasty white. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'd be lying there on my sunbed under a sunshade because I just burn. I just turn into a lobster, right? I just go bright red. But anyway, and I don't even tan. I just go different shades of pink and red, right? That's all I do. So I'd be lying on a sunbed, like thinking about work, and then thinking about all the things that I could have done differently, thinking about, and then in the second week, I would literally focus my attention on what I was going to do when I got back. What I was going to do differently. How I was going to be different. And I was very successful in construction. Very successful. And I think part of it comes down to that, to actually focusing on how I was going to be different. Do you know what I mean? So I need to, I need to spend some time looking at myself, looking at 2024 and what I did, what worked, what didn't work, what I could have done differently, what I could have done more of, what I could have done less of, and once I understand that, I need to look at, 2025 and think about how I'm going to show up differently. How I'm going to show up differently. What am I going to do different? You know? Is that beeping with you or is that with me? I need to go and see what that is. Can you hear that beeping?
Fine, it's fine. I think it's my fire alarm.
Oh, is that what it is?
I think the batteries need to replace.
What is that? I was thinking,
Yeah.
is that my printer? What's going on here? I was checking.
No, it's my fire alarm. I think the battery's low.
Yes. They're bloody annoying, aren't they?
Sorry about that.
No, you're fine. You're fine. It's just letting you know. It's just reminding you that you've got to do add another task to your list. Do you know what I mean? You see, that's what I'm talking about. So, you see, that's one of those things that, you know, like you weren't expecting to do it, but now you've got to do it.
Yeah.
You know? Now, so maybe you're going to have to go out and get a battery. You're going to have to leave the house, go and get a battery. You know, what else is going to distract you when you're out? Maybe you'll have an opportunity when you're out. Do you know what I mean? Like, you know, like these are the things that you've got to look for, right? You know, like you having to change that battery now has turned into an opportunity for maybe meeting somebody.
Okay. See,
you know,
everything happened for a reason.
Exactly. You know, you better change it. You don't want your house burning down, for God's sake, do you? You know, like no, we have one in our house. We have two of them in our house, and they, you know, you can't even put a piece of toast in without the alarm going off. You know, it's so sensitive.
Very, very sensitive.
Yeah. All right, Joe. So obviously, don't forget, go and check Joey out. Facebook.com/Joey Younger. And you can find me at Facebook.com/The Real Mick McQuillan. I must be more like Joey and get on social media and post more. You know, but I enjoy doing our show here for sure. But I find that social media is another one of those things that, like, I could always be doing something else. Do you know, like, but something that I need to do. This is part of me showing up differently. How am I going to show up differently in 2025? And this is part of it, you know. So I'm definitely going to do that review on myself now and have a real think about it. What are you going to do, Joe?
Yeah, myself, Mike, I think it's good I have 2 weeks off from my work and spend a lot of time with my family. Most of my week now is first week until today, I become an Uber driver for my wife. So I drop my wife off to work and I come back because they still working during the holiday. So she preferred to go to work and I prefer to stay home with the kids and cooking and do the driving. But myself, I kind of reflect on my journey this year. God has been blessed me with a lot of opportunity to meet a lot of great people, you know, mentors, and you know, opportunity to share my story with the world. I think that's the highlight. If I can point one thing out, is I always want to. Someone told me that when I share my story a long time ago, and he said to me, you know, Joey, you should write a book because your story is amazing, and you know, people need to know a little bit more about your journey. And you know, sometimes you can't really think that it's that little things like saying that, like you're just talking about. You know, if we pay attention to it, it will you know, give you another opportunity to see the world in a different way. So when I able to share my story through the magazine article, I couldn't believe, you know, how I came so far, you know, from the island, you know, 21 years living in Australia now, you know, with all the people that I met, the opportunity that I have, you know, the business that I built and share with my family and my loved ones. I just couldn't believe, you know, but you know, it all comes down to gratitude. I'm very grateful. It's all come down because I know I've been blessed a lot, and you know, I try to give back in some shape and form. And doing our program is one of the things that I'm so glad, and that's why I always look forward to show up in our program, because I know this is our way of giving back to our community, people that
Yeah.
they follow us.
Yeah.
And
To be honest, Joey, to be honest, I get more out of it than I think, and you probably get more out of it too. And there's no doubt. And, like, but that's life, innit? You get out what you put in. Do you know what I mean? You do. And you've got to be involved,
Yeah.
And I think that's, when I'm reflecting on 2024, I need to look at where I am involved. Do you know what I mean? Like, where I'm active and where I need to be more active, and yeah, interesting. Like, there's no doubt I'm grateful for 2024. And, like, obviously there were some things that happened which were unexpected, and but like there's definitely things that I can be doing differently, and like, because I think I'm a pretty good guy, and I think I'm pretty good. I think I'm pretty talented, like, I don't have a confidence problem, Joey. Right? If anybody's wondering, I don't. Like, I kind of like myself. There's plenty of other people out there that maybe don't feel the same way, and I'm okay with that. Right? That's okay. But I like me. And I think I'm a good guy. I think I'm fairly generous. I think I'm kind. I think I'm understanding. One of the things that that I thought was that I wasn't very empathic. But as it turns out, I actually quite am empathic. With people. I do listen to people, and I try and understand, and I don't judge people. It's not my job to judge people anyway, Joe. Do you know what I mean? There's a higher being that is going to do that for everybody at some stage, I imagine. But like, it's not my job to judge someone. My job is really just to help and encourage and support and be the best version of me that I can be. But I need to live by that, Joe. And I actually need to be the best version of me. Because when people aren't watching, that's when I need to be at my best. Not when people are watching, when I'm great all the time. Do you know what I mean? And people are sending me love emojis and they think I'm great and everything else. It's when people aren't around. That's when I need to be at my best. It's in those moments when I need to be at my best. And best in my mind. Because look, we both know this, Joe. Your thoughts control your feelings control your actions, and your actions control your results. And your environment, what's going on in the outside world. Like, if I'm allowing that to control me, well, then I'm not controlling it. And really, that's probably what I need to be doing more of. I need to be, instead of being in it, I need to be on it. Instead of being down in the jungle, cutting the path, I need to be up, spotting and calling out the direction, as to where I'm going to be going and what I'm going to be doing, and making sure then I've got the right tools at my disposal. If I'm carving a path through the jungle, like, I'm going to need a pretty sharp knife. I'm going to need a pretty sharp mind. Do you know what I mean?
Yep.
So I need the right tools, to make me sharp, So just like in the video that we watch at the beginning and the end, you got to act, walk, talk like you're already there. You've got to make that committed decision, and I think that's what the next couple of days is about for me, is, reflecting and then making that committed decision to how I'm going to show up, like, because to be honest, like, I make a committed decision about how I'm going to show up here,
Yeah.
like, I brush my hair, don't always have a shave, but who does? But I always try and look smart, like, it's how you show up, right?
Yeah.
So, but look, right, I'm going to get your final thoughts, Joe, because we love getting your final thoughts. Getting your final thoughts for 2024. Boy, 2025 is going to be a great year, So hold on a second. Right, take it away, Joe.
Thanks, Mike. And I have to say, the only problem that I found, I don't know anyone from Ireland except you. So, You're a great man. Thank you for everything that you've done for our program for this year. I couldn't believe we start this journey together, and we end up with episode 79. Why I'm sharing this, because this is the kind of journey that we have. We'll start from a small conversation that we want to do something to contribute, to make an impact in the world, and we come up with an idea. And I have to give the credit to my friend Mike for allowing me to be part of the journey together. And every Sunday we are turning up, sharing our journey, sharing our thoughts, sharing the books that we read, our experience, our opportunity, our company. And we know that we're not alone on the journey. People are watching, because we are planting the seed. And 2024 was a great year. It challenged us in a lot of ways with our journey. But I have to say, at the end of the year, either we win something or we learn something, because in life there's no bad or good experience, all learning experience. If you look back at your journey, a lot of things that come across, good or bad, but you know what? At the end of the day, you might learn something from it. And that's the whole purpose of our journey with our program, is to allow you to look up a little bit better, inspire you, which means allow you to look up a little bit better, allow you to make decision. To make decision, you have to cut something, you have to sacrifice something. And we talk a lot about, to make a decision, you have to cut something, you die with something, either with a community that doesn't add value to you, someone that doesn't add value to you, people that doesn't help you with your cause. You have to make a committed decision. In life, either we grow or we die. And 2024, we grow a lot through the adversity, through the challenge that we come across. But we're still here because we want to add value to our audience. We want to remind you that we are all the same. We are all human beings. We all God's highest form of creation. We are a spirit living in the physical body that show up in this program. And look after your health for 2024 going to 2025. I think both of us, we are big advocate of living in a healthy body, and live in a healthy body, and live out in a healthy bank account. And that's what we're sharing every weekend with our company. We are a solution-based company. We help people improve the quality of their health, physical health, and we also help people to improve the quality of their financial health, because we believe, everyone living in the situation that we have, everything it's cost, and we need money to pay for the food that we need to put in our body, and we need money to pay the bill, and we need money to pay support, pay the loan, the mortgage, and support the kids' school, and a lot of things that we need money to support the way we're living. And you know what? It's all about the way we think. The way you think is developed through your attitude, and your attitude is how you think all day long. And how you think all day long, it will show up in your action. The way you do things in life, how you go out and work, and how you want to build something, a future for your family. And when you do the work, it will show up in your result. And if you only give half of effort, you will get half of effort result. If you give 100% effort, you get back 100% result. And when you improve the quality of your result, because you improve the quality of your thinking and the quality of the way you do things in life, your result will be improved. And when you improve your result, you will improve the quality of your lifestyle. And lifestyle, whether it's you spend more time with your family, you take your family overseas for holidays, or you spend some time with quality time with the people you love, the people you care. You also have the ability to contribute, whether in a good cause, to a charity, you help someone that in need in your community. You show up and lift other people's life in your community through your contribution, through your work. You know what? 2024 is a great year. But next year will be more amazing, and we're going to build it together. Me and myself, Mike, we are here to help. We are also want to help as many people that we can, because we believe in the philosophy, and the philosophy is the things that we know, and the things that how we feel about the thing we know. And our philosophy is we want to help as much people that we can improve the quality of their health and improve the quality of their finance through our company and our opportunity that we promote in our work. So, Mike, it is a great pleasure to have the program with you this year. I can't thank you enough. And Mike is one of the people that always believe in me, and I follow his belief and take it with him everywhere I go. And finally, we come to the end of this year. And may I wish you a happy new year, and wish all our audience a happy new year. May 2025 bring prosperous and prosperity and abundance. I love you all. Mike, I love you, brother. Thank you very much for everything. And
Many happy returns, Joey. Well said. Listen, excuse me. Joey's absolutely right. Absolutely right. The question you want to ask yourself is, where do you want to go in 2025? And as Joey says, just get it done. Right. We shall see you on the other side. Joey, amazing. I'm excited for 2025 for sure. You always get me fired up. So listen, amazing. Have an amazing new year. And, look, let's get it done.
You see, we are created in a magnificent vibration, in an absolutely magnificent vibration. Born risk takers. Free. That conditioning takes place after birth. You can change it. It takes guts. It takes goals. Do you know something? You're sitting there watching this and you're thinking, by God, I'm going to change something. I always say, keep reminding yourself that you have tremendous reservoirs of potential within you, and therefore you are quite capable of doing anything you set your mind to. You really can. I don't care what the cynics tell you. Quit listening to some of your peers. Now, all you must do is figure out how you can do it, not whether you can or not. When are you going to do it? When are you going to do it? You've got to create a sense of urgency. I'm going to do it right now.
If you can see it, you can do it. But the beautiful truth is you can do anything. We got to know there is a place. There is a specific frequency. And if you get on that frequency, you're going to attract what you need to you. This is what it's all about. Why have you been endowed with such awesome powers? If you'll make a committed decision, this I'm going to do. And you don't have to know how. You do not have to know how. The second you make the committed decision, you flip your brain onto the frequency that you have to be on to attract what you have to attract to manifest the thing that you want. If you can see it, you can do it. It's got to be something you want. Wants come from inside. Act like you're already there. Walk, talk, speak, live like you're already there. Don't set a small goal. Don't set something that doesn't really wind your stem. Set it so big it jazzes you. It really gets you going. When something of a very high nature resonates with the very high side of you, you'll know it. You'll know it. You will feel it. Feeling is conscious awareness of vibration. The only prerequisite, do you want it? Not do you need it, not could you do it. The only prerequisite is, do you want it? Take the lid off your marvelous mind and dream. For goodness sake, give yourself the right to do that. Get your analytical mind out of the way. Put it in your pocket for a while. All you're doing is exploring, daydreaming. What did Lawrence say? All men dream, but not equally. Those who dream by night in the dusty recesses of their mind waken the day to find that it was vanity. But the dreamers of the day are dangerous men, for they may act their dream with open eyes to make it possible. This I did.